Kids on the Block at the Hard Rock Artist Lounge. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Great to see you again.
I know, because
Young
it's
man.
been such a long time.
Yeah.
What was the last concert you guys were at? Who's the last artist you saw when you were just going as a spectator for pure enjoyment?
Oh, wow.
I saw John Mayer and Ed Sheeran at the Wiltern in LA. Beat that!
Oh, that's a good one. I love it.
We were on tour, and I went and saw Blink 182.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I'm trying to remember my last one. I think it was Depeche Mode in Chicago.
Look at you guys. Well versed. This
Represent.
is very nice what we have going on here. Anybody else want to chime in?
Mine was Hall & Oates. I took my daughter to see
Beautiful.
Hall & Oates. Yeah.
Love that. It's all up to you now. Keep this going.
We did a show last weekend, and we saw The Weeknd.
Oh, good. Beautiful, beautiful. So you guys just announced the Vegas residency. Let's give it up for that. So cool, so exciting. How are you guys going about picking out the songs that you're going to perform for this thing?
Well, we have a large catalog to choose from.
Yes.
And we will. And, it's going to be a long process of putting the show together and coming up with the best ideas. And we want to try new things and fun things and, of course, play the hits and
Sure.
feel the nostalgia and all the feels that people expect at a New Kids show. But New Kids show is always fun. It's always a party. We always have a lot of surprises. So, everything on the set list will fit into that.
Yeah.
That spirit. And the spirit of Vegas, I would say, would be one of the different things. So you can take that however you want, but there's years of Vegas history and years of New Kids history to play around with, and we'll probably explore all of it.
Is there anything that's automatically out that you guys just don't like performing, or, you have trouble performing, or everything's up for grabs?
I don't think so. I mean, it might be fun to. Maybe we can do one of those spin the wheel for a deep cut. Spin the wheel on the deep cuts.
Yes.
It's a good idea.
I think we like to surprise ourselves.
That's so funny you said that, because Sabrina Carpenter now, she's doing a thing with her tour where she does spin the bottle and it picks what song she's gonna cover during her set.
Cover songs.
Yes.
Wow. That's
So
cool.
something like that would be cool. With the recording process for this most recent album, was anything vastly different from previous albums when it comes to recording? Were you guys all in there at the same time all the time, or?
Well, the actual recording is a lot different these days, just because of technology.
Yeah.
We can record from our homes. We can record, anywhere. And back in the day, even just like 10 years ago, 5 years ago,
Sure.
everybody had to be kind of in the studio, a big, place, a
Right.
studio. And now it's like your studio is your laptop.
Yeah.
So it's
Do you prefer
a lot
that now?
easier.
I think there's benefits to both. I think you can get a lot done. I think it takes a little bit more elbow grease to get everybody on the same page sometimes.
Sure.
But again, the comfort of their home, you know what I mean? Like Jordan can cut a vocal when he's ready to cut a vocal,
Yeah.
and not be, and likewise for everybody else. And so we take advantage of it, But somehow I think our last album, it's called Still Kids, and we're very happy with it.
beautiful.
There's a lot of, a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and I think a lot of connection, and it feels like we were in the same room, I think.
Can I just say one thing, too, to what Joey said about the heart? One thing about the album, too, is it felt like, even though we were all using this technology and all spread out, we all were really committed.
Yeah.
And, we wrote the songs, we brought the songs to the table, we kind of shared them with the group and got the group reaction, and everybody was invested emotionally, and that felt more like what it was like when we were kids than a lot of the albums we've done since. So even though the technology changed everything, the Still Kids, that whole theme just felt like it was there if you step back and look at it.
Yeah.
Like we did it like we were kids. Everybody's involved, everybody's singing, everybody's contributing something to the album more so than we've done in a long time, and that is really special.
I love
And
it.
the technology probably allowed that to happen,
Sure.
truthfully. Because if we had to all be in the same room, we wouldn't have been. It takes too long.
So, can you put a number on over the years how many unreleased New Kids songs you've accumulated? And when are they coming out?
Let's start with
Not many.
Toasties.
Toasted, but even that was a bonus in
Yeah, right.
Japan.
Oh,
But
true.
I think we released most of them
Yeah.
this past year.
Okay.
Yeah, we did our reunion album,
Oh,
The
that's
Block, which was a very special album for us as well.
Yeah.
We put that out in 2008, and we did a lot more songs that weren't released, and we reissued that on the 15th anniversary and threw a lot of them on there. So I'm not sure if there are anything left.
As a fan, that is a beautiful thing because I mean it drives people crazy when they're like, "Oh yeah, we got like 75 unreleased songs you're never gonna hear." So this is beautiful. I love that. That's a wonderful answer.
Thanks.
Chapel Roan, she recently talked about just the invasion of privacy that comes along with fame and how she's struggling with that and trying to get accustomed to that. Chapel Roan, what advice would you guys have for new artists that are really trying to come to terms with the newfound celebrity?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of tough, like, even for me, like, you want to be a celebrity, but you want your privacy. You know what I mean? You want both things.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, it's really hard to do that. I don't know. I guess maybe it's more like maybe an inner thing, like to not let things get to you more so than try to find total privacy while also trying to be a celebrity. It's very difficult.
Sure.
I think clearly she's incredibly articulate with
Yeah.
her feelings and where she is in her career and how it happened so fast. And it's lovely that someone could just really say that. You know, we came from an era where if you said you weren't 100% grateful for everything you had, people would look at you like you're crazy.
Right.
You know, so it is nice that I think it's part of the evolution of humans and artists to say, this is wonderful, but this is what I need, you know, and that's what she's saying. And I think we do that in our own way, maybe more quietly, and because we've been in the game for so long, but it's not easy. As far as advice, you can't really give advice.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even give your advice to your own kids. I had a great dad, right? It goes in one ear and goes out the other. You got to learn on your own. Hopefully you have enough people around you that can cushion some of the blows that you go through.
Yes.
But it's an interesting world to grow up in.
And before we wrap, piggybacking on that, is there any misconception when it does come to mental health or therapy that you think is important to address?
I would say the biggest misconception in life, and specifically when it comes to mental health, is that asking questions or asking for help is a weakness. It's a strength.
Yes.
It takes vulnerability, which takes strength. You know, imagine telling even your closest friend your deepest, darkest secret. It's hard, and a lot of us will pass up that opportunity time and time again.
Yes.
And even as it relates to the last topic, you know, we have to learn in time, hopefully, that asking for help, asking questions is a strength. You know, it takes vulnerability, it takes strength to do that, and you know, I think in that regard, we can just try to encourage everyone. And one of the reasons we're here is to encourage everyone to don't be afraid. You know, even us. You know, we grew up in the music business. We became really successful as like teenagers, and suddenly everyone in our life thought we had all the answers. And we were children.
Yeah.
And it made it hard for us to say, damn, I'm struggling right now. Like, everyone's like, hey, man, what do I do? Oh, some siblings of ours were like, hey, tell me how to do this. It's like, you're supposed to help me do this. You know, it's like,
I'm a kid still.
right.
Yeah.
It's a journey for everyone. But, you know, asking for help, it's however vulnerable anyone feels doing it, hopefully you can find the strength to do it, because it's a beautiful thing, and there are people out there willing to help, but they can't read our minds. They don't know. They can think we're struggling. They can assume we're not right. We're dealing with some issues, but they can't read our minds. At some point, it takes us to tell them we need help. Or we need just someone to talk to. Talking helps.
Yes.
So if people can do that, it's a great start in the right direction. And identifying it as a beautiful thing, not a weakness, is a good way to go about starting.
Thank you guys so much for being here. New Kids on the Block. We're so happy you're a part of tonight. Thank you.